Hi.
Hello.
How are y'all? How are you?
Tired.
Okay.
Thanksgiving was rough.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You had to actually do Thanksgiving.
Yep, I did.
That's very exciting.
Well, this is Anomaly. We should tell people
Oh,
that.
hi. This is the Anomaly podcast. We're in our office.
This is not our multi-million-dollar studio.
No, that's much nicer.
Yeah.
Okay, so we wanted to do a quick YouTube video about, our reaction
To the Star Wars
to the
trailer.
Star Wars trailer.
The teaser trailer.
There's been so much excitement, right?
a lot of nerd rage.
Yeah, some ridiculous nerd rage.
Don't get that.
Why? Well, why don't you get it?
Because I want to be happy that it's coming out, and they're kind of raining on my parade. You know, I hate that.
Well, is it really affecting? I mean, it's not like are you surprised?
No, I'm not. Totally not surprised. But, it's the nature of nerddom.
Well, it's like, what was it that I saw? There was like an Onion article a long time ago that said something about how it's like Star Trek fans angry about being excited about new film or something like that. But it's like, you know how we do the worst of Star Trek and stuff?
Oh, yeah, but that's in fun.
Yeah.
And it came out already. There is something to review.
Well, that's true.
Imagine that.
That's true.
Something to be angry about.
So here are some... No, okay, so one of the biggest things is I'm going to let it go. Here, I'll do this. Okay, one of the things is the triple-bladed lightsaber. Tell me what your initial reaction was to that.
I saw it and I kind of scratched my head like, okay, but let's see where it is. Let's see let's see what happens with that. But at first I was kind of confused by it. But
see, and initially I was like, oh, cool! I was very excited.
See, I thought it was a gimmick.
No,
because
awesome.
If you'll remember in the prequels, the double-bladed lightsaber was super awesome. Everyone saw that.
But
and they were like, oh, they cheered. And
I heard though that, because I don't remember exactly back then, but how I reacted to it, because we weren't as internet-y at that time, there wasn't like viral videos and stuff. You had to like search to find that stuff. And so I don't remember people talking about it. And I think the people that did talk about it were like, that could never work. Somebody will cut their face off. But then it ended up being really cool, obviously. But I'm just saying my initial gut reaction was, wow, that is really awesome. But then when I thought about it, I was like, how can you not like kill yourself in the face with that? Because it looks more like a broadsword.
Yeah,
like
that's something that we talked about on the Star Wars Stacks, my other show.
Okay.
Is that it's gigantic. It's super long. You're talking about the one in the teaser trailer, this new teaser trailer.
Yes.
And so, it would have to be wielded with two hands. And maybe it's an ancient, weapon someone found and is maybe a prototype and not as good. And, we don't know yet. The movie hasn't come out. We saw
but
half
the other
a second
thing
of it.
is that I think that JJ is brilliant, or his team is brilliant at marketing, because
it's generating buzz.
It's generating buzz. People are talking about it. People are excited. And I think in situations like this, until we actually see the movie, none of us are going to know. And so I want to just be excited about it. And that's kind of how I look at it. But I'm not going to stop talking about it. I'm not going to... There it goes. We tried.
And there we go.
We tried. So I'm not going to stop talking about it. I still think it's fun to discuss it, but I think when we do discuss it, we just have to kind of remain cool, because...
That's easy for anomalies to do, I think, and not so easy for some people.
Well, I think
the
reason we're fans is because we take it really seriously. It's a huge part of our childhood, and especially at our age.
It's fun to debate it, but I just think some of the outrage is kind of over the top.
Well, I think it's just premature.
And it's premature. Just outrage all around, not just the teaser. There was outrage when the cast was announced. It's like, simmer down.
Well,
it's just... We don't know anything about the movie yet.
And I was saying, because we were talking about this yesterday with some guys in Treks and Sci-Fi, and one of the points that I made that I wanted to put out there again was just that talking about it is part of my enjoyment of the film. Being excited, seeing the trailer, and then talking to Jim about it, talking to you about it, talking to other people that I know about what could the implication be, what's going on with that motorcycle funky thingy. It's really huge. The fudge-sickle. Because, is that all engine, or is there storage in there? I don't know.
It looks rudimentary and
also
old,
seeing the fun reactions to it, like the Lego one and the George Lucas cut.
Oh, that the
Oh,
spoof
God.
of this teaser that it says if George Lucas had made it, and there's like 20 billion TIE fighters going after the Millennium Falcon.
Oh yeah, it's pretty funny. And is it the dewbacks in the background?
The dewbacks behind the stormtrooper.
That's pretty funny. And then I also liked. Oh, did I made you watch the Stephen Colbert reaction? Hilarious.
It's quite.
If you haven't
quite
seen
funny.
it, I'll put a link to it maybe,
You
or a
should,
little
like, do a
screen
little-
capture.
Yeah.
I'll do a little screen
Some
capture.
audio or something. Because
That's
he
funny.
explains
How
the
lightsaber
guard
would work.
and how it worked, and he was pretty passionate about it to all the naysayers. What did he call them?
He just said, amateur hour's over, people.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was pretty funny. And see, the other thing is just, I like to keep it light. I'll have the serious conversation. You can go back and listen to our podcast
yeah. We have
about.
plenty of like weird nerd debates about stuff.
Right.
In rants.
You can go to our podcast about the George Lucas, the people versus George Lucas. We are very serious about how we feel about this. Very. But we want to save our particular brand of rage until we actually see the movie.
Yeah.
And did you say something about the EU having the triple-bladed lightsaber?
I heard that no, it's not a blade. It's some sort of guard or something. I think that was in the EU. Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard there's stuff about it in the EU, but I don't know what, and I haven't had time to look it up or really the interest. I mean,
I don't know. I think it'll still be exciting. I don't mind people talking about it, but I think it's just the rules of the game. No matter what you're talking about, just be respectful of people and try not to be over dramatic. But I'm still excited. I think it's kind of a silly lightsaber, but I think it's super badass looking. Am I allowed to say ass?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Do I have
think
to
it's
delete myself?
permissible. No, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
But we haven't had any problems on our group about
No.
it. No, nobody.
No,
They're
not
all
at all.
excited too. I mean, there's some people who are like, "Oh gosh,"
Well, I
but
think what's
they're like
hard.
trepidatious
What's
because not everyone's
hard-
a J.J. Abrams fan.
Yeah, see, what's hard about
So-
it is you have two things, even though we're so excited, because it looks like he's doing a good job from all the things we've seen so far. He has two things working against him. One is episodes 1, 2, and 3, which we got burned. We got burned. Didn't we get burned?
Not everybody
totally
thinks
did.
so. Some people really like it, but
Well, some of us feel like we got burned.
we're just
a little bit.
fans of the old trilogy.
Again,
The
our
yeah.
discussion about people versus
See-
George Lucas.
See the people versus George Lucas and the women of sci-fi, or
Yes.
women of Star Wars
Mhm.
episode that we did.
Yes, and so that exactly. So those are things that we are a little gun shy. We're at the same time we're excited. Then some of us who are also Star Trek fans, which is several of us in
Yeah.
the Anomaly world, anyway, are fans of both. Have mixed feelings about what JJ did with Star Trek. And so that's why we feel a little funky about it, and we want it to be good because we want
Yeah.
that feeling again. We want that feeling again of how we feel when we play the 4, 5, and 6. And also I have to admit it was fun because Russell watched it with us, and he was like, and I
Aaron
know
was
he wants
excited
to see
too.
it.
And I was 3 years old when the original, New Hope was just Star Wars back then came
Mm-hmm.
out. I don't remember seeing it in the theater. I remember seeing it on TV. They used to play it every year,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved it. And so I'm excited about my little boy who's 4. Next year he'll be 5 when it comes out.
Well,
I'm excited to see it with him because it'll be our first experience, I guess, as
Uh-huh.
fans watching it together.
I just
So-
realized that Russell is going to be 7 next year, so he's going to be 7 when episode 7 comes out.
Ah.
And I was 7 when my parents took me to see Wrath of Khan,
Mm-hmm.
which I remember. So I know he's going to really remember this experience and not just like what we told him about it. So I'm very excited about that. So yay, it's very, very cool, very exciting.
Yeah, so I think we're cautiously optimistic because
And
I
I'm going
think
to be
J.J.
excited. I
Abrams
feel
does
like
good,
it.
I think he does good work. I mean,
Sure.
we did a show on the Star Trek films that's
Sure.
also in our feed. So if you want to hear more about what we didn't
Mixed
like about
reviews.
those, yeah, it's mixed reviews. I mean, they were entertaining. They just weren't our Star Trek. But this looks like
Sure.
our Star Wars because he's a fan. He's a fan of Star Wars.
Yes.
So and the X-wings going over the water.
Oh, very
And,
exciting.
sorry, spoilers if you haven't watched it yet. I don't think everyone
I
wants
think
to
that
watch it.
there's
There's
X-Wings
not a
in Star
lot of-
Wars. Is that a spoiler?
No, there's not. There's not a lot of information to be gleaned from it, so people
No.
are like grabbing onto every little.
Well, it's a
detail.
teaser. That's the whole point of a
Yeah,
teaser.
exactly. But the X-wings were my favorite thing. The
Very
X-wings and the Millennium Falcon. going through. We were talking on the Star Wars Stacks whether or not it was Han piloting that. Now, wouldn't it be funny if the girl who they cast as the lead, apparently the lead, I don't know, is their daughter Leia and Han's daughter, and she was piloting the Millennium Falcon? I could see Han Solo holding onto that old oh crap handle in the passenger seat that's in the cars, and the little like hit me cars, going like she's a teenager, right? And she's flying her, doing all these swoops, getting away from the TIE fighters. Yeah, that would be awesome and fun.
Wow, Jen, you read a lot into that. Very exciting. Okay,
I'm optimistic. I'm a
I am
Pollyanna,
too.
So I'm looking.
It's not just about that. It's about just being excited about the whole experience. I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited to argue about it. I'm excited that it's out, and I'm excited that they're working on it.
Let's be happy.
Very exciting.
Let's be happy nerds.
I'll be happy nerd, but I can be a cautiously optimistic nerd, or geek, or anomaly, or whatever I am.
We'll hold on to any rage we may have until after we've seen it.
And I'm sure that even if we love it, we'll have something to pick apart, because that's what we do.
But in a loving way.
Yeah,
there's always something we find that's good in it. Like even the prequels, we found things that we like.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for watching.
Bye.